Hey guys, it is once again time for a weekly gold recap, and I have made some improvements as far as how I track stuff and how I will be displaying information. I didn't track 100% of everything, but I did track most of the stuff. Most of the stuff that I didn't track was just insignificant, so it doesn't really change the values that much. Anyways, this week was not that bad. I made just over 400k, and if you count tokens, it is less, though it doesn't really feel like an expense to me because I view it, as I could be paying real life money, and I'm lucky I don't have to, so it doesn't really feel like that to me. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So my first category is going to be Transmog. This sold pretty well for me. I made a good bit of it, more than I guess I expected to on a weekly basis, but I'm feeling like I'm getting a very good grasp of the market, and I feel like this is something I could keep up on a regular basis. Now, I would say the winners in this group are the Blazing Rapiers, which I have sold plenty of. That made me plenty of profit, at least 14k each, and I have a video on that. If you want to go click over to that now, you can go on my channel, and I have it up. It's pretty concise, pretty easy for you to watch. Also, the Battered Hilt that I've had for a long time, I finally sold that. I didn't try to sell it for a long time, but it did sell, and it made me a good chunk of change as well. Now onto my mounts and pets. Overall, there really wasn't a ton that went on in these groups. I found out that my pets market sells super slow on my server. The only things that I really sold were the Anubisath Idols and the Chrominus, and I think that was mainly because they were being bought here and sold in other realms where they sell for a larger amount, which I could be doing, but I haven't really been focusing on that, and I guess it would take a little bit of research, but I don't think it would take too much investment to actually start doing that. Thankfully though, the Steelbound harnesses still sell pretty well, so that is still a decent earn for me. Otherwise, I don't know if I would focus on these two at all, because while I might enjoy it, if they just don't sell well at all, like I think the Jade Mist Dancer sold super long. It took me probably 2 or 3 weeks to actually get it to sell, so that was pretty nice to actually have it sell. My next subcategory or group is going to be mats, and for a while I really wasn't trying to go out and farm mats because the bots had just come back and they were selling stuff like Dreamleaf for like maybe 20 each. It got pretty crappy on my realm, so I waited a little bit, and this week it actually started to become lucrative. I think I sold plenty for like 33 gold each, which is such an improvement over what was previously there. I really don't know what caused the spike, because as far as I know, there was not another ban wave. It'd be kind of quick for Blizzard to actually throw out another one right after they just did one. So this is pretty surprising, but I did end up going out and farming some Dreamleaf whenever I found the time to do so. Also, if it was crowded, I generally didn't. I had a few people who were pretty frustrating, who they would run up and tag my whole group and then try to herb them, so I had that issue a few times, and the Dreamleaf spot kind of leaves a sour taste in my mouth. However, it also has a chance to be pretty solid, consistent gold per hour. Now on to my last subcategory before I get to my daily breakdown. So the Dark Dagger Maw was a bit of a mistake. What happened was there was a guy who was willing to buy the mage pieces for 50k each, and without thinking, because I knew that I had maybe an hour left, or I thought I did, to go and get all the pieces, I went and I bought some Darkmoon Dagger Maw, and then I got up to where the staging area was, and it turned out that it had just ended. So I basically bought these for nothing, and I will end up using them next time in order to get more of the pieces that I know will sell. My only other expense here was the potions, and I am considering doing a how much do raiders spend a week, just so people who maybe aren't raiding kind of get an idea of what is going on in that section, because I know it can be kind of unrelatable when people talk about how expensive raiding can be in Legion. So I thought that would be an interesting video, maybe not a gold guide, but an interesting video nonetheless. Now, the clear winner for this group has got to be Obliterum. I was kind of new to the market. I wasn't really sure how the demand for the market was. So I went in there and I was making a video on it, and the video should come out this Tuesday. But I went in there with kind of unsure what I was supposed to do. I actually didn't mean to buy as much of the materials as I did for the video, but it did work out pretty well. I sold it all. I actually sold all of mine in a day, which was pretty crazy, really nice. Came out with a good amount of profit from that. So I do recommend people checking out that guide whenever it comes out this week. And with that category looked at, what we have left is my daily gold breakdown and the total for the week. Now it averages out to around 50k per day. Technically it'd be a bit more, but I'd say I make on average around 50k a day, which isn't great, but at the same time, it's not that bad. I mean, if you spend a couple hours farming, you can make way more than that if you really are dedicated to it. But overall, with YouTube and school, I think I'm pretty satisfied with this, with the amount of gold that I make each week. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and enjoy your time in the World of Warcraft.